2 more games to go in this Premier League season. It has been one roller coaster ride. The projects, the journey, that's what Ten Hag was talking about in his press conference yesterday, talking about we're almost there, the job is nearly done, we're ahead of schedule. Well, we are ahead of schedule. Simply a win or a draw here against Chelsea, and Manchester United are back in the Champions League. Newcastle accomplished that feat the other night against Leicester. It's our turn tonight to get it all signed, sealed and delivered. Then we can do what we want in that last game against Fulham, maybe even rest up to test a few players, see where they're at ahead of the actual Manchester derby in the FA Cup final. We have a privileged position right now, and that is because of the manager, Erik Ten Hag. I've been listening to everyone this week, all the pundits, radio stations have all been talking about teams of the season, managers of the season. The 6 nominees for the Premier League manager of the season are an absolute joke in my opinion. De Zerbi, Emre, they've not even done a full season. Eddie Howe, Pep, you can see that and understand why, but Ten Hag not even being in the nominations for manager of the season. Are you having a giraffe? I mean, come on, look at it, break it down, put some context in it, stop being short-sighted. It's unbelievable the fact that hardly anyone can squeeze a Manchester United player into their team of the year. Does that not tell you how good a job Ten Hag has done? No outstanding performers that get into any team of the year. It's an absolute farce, it's an absolute joke. You could mention Rashford, Casemiro, Martinez, players like this, Luke Shaw, but they're not even put in team of the year. They're being outdone by teams that are below them. So if that is the case, has it not been more about Manchester United working as a team? And for that to happen, it takes coaching, it takes management, a la Erik Ten Hag, maybe a nomination there for that. And what happens if Manchester United win the FA Cup final? What if we finish 3rd, get the League Cup and the FA Cup, play more games than anyone else this season with the squad that we've got and the injuries and the stupid suspensions to Casemiro that we've had to miss all season, Ronaldo ditching us? Do you know what I mean? Does that not come into the equation in terms of where Ten Hag has took this team? The journey that he talked about in his press conference yesterday, that accomplishment, the project, we're ahead of schedule, he said. Yeah, damn right we're ahead of schedule. No one had United finishing 3rd, being in 2 finals and possibly coming back with a domestic double from a season, his first season. That shows you everything about what he's accomplished. No one's mentioned anything. You could add the Greenwood situation to that. Fighting for a number 9 and then the owners and the ownership debacle and not putting any money in January to back him up. The way that we have managed this season, post-World Cup, with no money invested at all in that squad in January, except for loan deals for Sabitzer and Weghorst. One, Sabitzer, who's been out injured 3 times, and Weghorst, who cannot score goals. You look at that, break that down, and Ten Hag has performed miracles for this team. Absolute miracles. And then you've got this lot who are turning up here tonight, Chelsea, who don't even get a mention of how diabolical their season is. No, it's all about United. Everything is on United and the pressure is on them and what they've done, the big defeats that they've had this season. Chelsea have been an absolute shambles this season. Absolute shambles. Where they are in the league is an absolute disgrace to the Premier League in terms of what they've spent, the managers they've shipped out, how they've dealt with their managers, the players, their attitudes of the players. It is just an absolute mess of a football club right now. And they're here tonight, and Manchester United can finish comfortably in the top 4 with a win or a draw tonight. That's where we are. That's where Ten Hag has taken us. With a game to spare, then probably being able to rest players fully and be fully fit for an FA Cup final against Manchester City. That's because of Ten Hag. And everyone is saying that just in the teams that they've picked. No one has stood out for United. Rashford could probably scrape into maybe a few, half a dozen out of 10 pundits team of the year on the left hand side because he has been superb post World Cup, and the fact he's got 29 goals, could be the first player to go past 30 if he scores in the next 3 games since Robin van Persie. Casemiro's impact on this team, a Ten Hag signing. Martinez's impact on this team, a Ten Hag signing. Players that were awful last season, like I said, Marcus Rashford. Ten Hag, Ten Hag, Ten Hag. All of it is down to the manager. And the fact that this league, whoever it is, the powers that be that decide who is nominated for a manager of the year, absolute disgrace in my opinion. And Ten Hag, I absolutely love the guy. I think he handles everything well. I think he's handled everything that's been thrown at him superbly for his first season at a major club like United. He is going to be an elite manager in my opinion. Only an absolute catastrophe. That catastrophe would be not backing the manager in the summer. I mean, I can get into that and go on forever and a day. You know what I'm like when I'm talking about the future of Manchester United's plans. But we're here to talk about the Chelsea game and where Manchester United are right now and how we're going to approach it. I think we approach it full strength. Go out there, smash Chelsea to pieces, try and take the game out of the equation for them in the first half and get it won and dusted. That's it, won and dusted instead of done and dusted. Say I've made a new line as well while I'm at it. Hey, you don't get that every day. Anyway, Chelsea's threats, we know what they are. João Felix, that's it. Okay, move on. No, I'm going to joke. João Felix is a quality player. He doesn't belong at Chelsea and has been ruined at Chelsea. You can see the man oozes class. Maybe it's a target for United in the summer. Take advantage of that situation. I don't know. But I'm looking at the underperforming players in that team. The likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Kai Havertz, the players that just don't turn up. I mean, you can go into the new signings that he's made. You can talk about João Felix not performing to the best of his ability. You can talk about any one of the £600 million worth of signings at Chelsea that just haven't performed this season. I mean, players who I would take at Manchester United, Reece James, I would take Felix. There are a few individually very good players, but the fact that they haven't been able to put that team together, it's like I said early on, it's an absolute shambles. It's a disgrace. And if I was a Chelsea fan right now, I'd be like, wow, thanks for that, boys. What a waste of a season. The only reason that they feel like they will come back is because Todd Boehly will just invest multi-millions again and somehow get around financial fair play where no one else can. But yeah, I mean, the game itself, the way Chelsea are playing under Lampard, it's not really inspiring, is it? Lampard isn't inspiring as a manager. I think he's literally gone into this Chelsea job here right now because there was nothing else available for him. No one else wanted the Chelsea job. That's why Lamps took it. So I'm looking at it, I'm going, Lampard pretty much just completely destroyed his managerial future by coming back to Chelsea. He hasn't inspired them in any way, shape or form to pick up any momentum since he came in. I mean, if you got a run of games together where they were actually winning consistently, then you could maybe finish the season on a bit of a high. It's just been stagnated, dull, horrible to watch, can't score goals, being beaten off everyone. It reminded me of last season with United. That's where Chelsea are right now. And Chelsea are worse than that. That's how bad they are. Manchester United here at Old Trafford, best home record for defensive, best home defence in the league. Obviously one of the longest runs. I think we're at 28, something like that now, unbeaten here at Old Trafford. All just leads down the thought process of Manchester United confirming that we are back in the Champions League next season when Chelsea roll up. It's as simple as that. I can't see anything but a Manchester United win. I'm going 2-0. I'm going to go for Marcus Rashford coming back in the team and getting a brace. That's how confident I am. 31 for the season, Marcus. Tonight's the night when you do it, son. Get it done. Let's get it done and dusted. And then we can look ahead properly. Then we can actually start planning out the final. Then we can sort of put players in against Fulham at weekends, finish it off in the sun at weekend day. I mean, they're out right now cleaning the front of Old Trafford for the showpiece, the last week of the season. Everything is set up perfect for Manchester United to actually just give the fans a little bit of a send-off for the season. Score some goals maybe. That'd be nice. We haven't scored many, so let's just give the crowd something to cheer and go at Chelsea and just put them to the sword. That's what I say. And Ten Hag then can just rub it in everyone's faces who has disrespectfully not put him in as a nomination for manager of the season. That's where I'm at. I'm angry about certain things. I'm angry where the club is at in terms of the ownership. I'm angry how we're not getting the recognition and the praise that we should be getting this season. Everyone else is getting it. I mean, if you listen to some people, Newcastle have turned out to be the absolute best team in the world this season because of what they've accomplished. I mean, people just don't look at the detail of what has happened from Manchester United's worst ever Premier League season yesterday to where we are now. And I just want us to go out there and smash Chelsea, finish the job tonight, and then have our feet up, smoking cigars comfortably in the Champions League before an FA Cup final, having already got one cup in the bag. Moving on in one season. That's progress. We have built a foundation here for Ten Hag to move on to. Let's just get the job finished off, polished off, smooth the concrete off, foundation done, finish the season on a high and move on to next season. What will come in the summer will be, I don't know. It's going to be one mental one. I know that already. It's just going to be one of United's regular carnage pre-seasons. But let's just concentrate on tonight. Let's get Chelsea put to bed. Let's get our feet up and looking forward to that final. That's all that matters right now. Football first, then we'll talk about the necessary stuff off the pitch. Guys, let me know what you think. Who's your team? What's your score prediction? Are Chelsea even a threat? That's all I'm saying. Category A game gates are not even up for Chelsea. That shows you how much Manchester United think of them right now. That's how far they have fallen. Cheers for watching, everyone.